Alrighty guys, so on Bleach Soul Reasonance we do have a bit of a battle pass. Now the key thing about the battle pass, I guess you could say the big point of it, outside of obviously the stamina and the revenue and whatnot, is that we can get this box. Now in this box, as you guys can see, there are multiple different stamp cards as well as weaponry cards. I would say this is more so on a universal standpoint. So for example, with myself, when it comes to my Ichigo, he's all done up. When it comes to my Urahara, he's done up. I don't have Byakuya's stamp card. So, that being said, I could potentially rely on one of these ones to fill that in. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot to it on summoning for the character, the weaponry card, the stamp card, right? There's a lot that goes into it. So, if we've got something that can provide a certain character that universal buff, in terms of if we're wanting to focus on Byakuya, Ichigo and whatnot, then we can rely on some of these cards. So we're going to go over these, see what they're doing. Again, this will be very helpful again on the global side of things. So I don't know how they'll do the battle pass on global. I mean, it's pretty much going to be the same, I think. I don't know if they have to alter a few things, who knows. But anyway, let's dive on in, see what each of these cards are doing, and just kind of get a feel on the ones that we want to shoot for. Alright, so we've got the Kenpachi card, so we're just going to kind of briefly go through them all. And I'm going to try and see whether or not if this will be helpful for certain characters and whatnot. I guess the best of the best, should I say. So, with this Kenpachi fighting, or fierce fighting battle card, of course. So with this one, obviously you get the attack power of 113, obviously you got your attack, defense, and HP. The final buff is increases damage on, I think, everything, so that's a 7.2 increase. Now what it does specifically, when the combo count increases, the normal attack damage of the character of the field will increase by 5% up to 10 layers. The effect disappears when the combo count is reset. So essentially what we're looking at here is, this is a decent one for Ichigo straight off the bat, because the one thing that we're kind of, and I guess Yoruichi can also rely on this. Pretty much a unit that can stack up their combo counts a lot. This will be hugely beneficial for them. So this one isn't bad in terms of DPS and in terms of a character that can rack up a huge amount of combo. This is actually not too bad. Okay, so but that's the Kenpachi artwork one kind of in a nutshell, right? So let's kind of work towards this Ichigo one. What's going on here? So it seems that in terms of the stat wise, is it the same across the board? Let's have a look. Wait, let me just double check. Okay, stat wise on what each of these cards bring right now, it is kind of the same across the board. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so last stand. What is this? Each time a combat skill is released, an additional attack of the same type will be made, and its damage is equal to 65% of the damage of the combat skill. Oh, okay, wait, this is actually not too bad. I mean, if we can get, oh wait a minute, if Ichigo was in his holification state and we activated the skill attack, that has to count. I feel like in a certain setup with your character, this could be something huge. Could this be pretty beneficial for Hutsuga? I'm just thinking of like big combat skill hitters. That's it. But this, yeah, I mean, this could be very good in that situation again for DPSs, those that are kind of hitting hard with their combat skill. So there's that additional play going on here. Oh, we got the beautiful Aizen card work now, so let's translate that bad boy. What we got going on here with this one? The damage caused by branch attacks is increased by 20%, and each... Wait, what? Is increased by 20%, and each time a combat skill is released, the branch attack damage will be increased by additional 10% up to an additional 20%. Oh, okay, so this one is mainly focusing on branch attacks. So yeah, I mean, branch attacks, who would be good for this? Ichigo is clearly number one. This might be more advisable for Ichigo. This might be the better one for Ichigo if that's what you're wanting. But primarily branch attacks is what we're kind of focusing on with this Aizen card. And the reason why I say Ichigo is because Ichigo has, in his holification state, 1 branch attack, skill 2 branch attack, skill 3 branch attack, skill 4 branch attack. He can have up to 4 to 5 branch attacks. So that damage output will be pretty disgusting. I think when in terms of branch attack, Ichigo is kind of like the king right now. So okay, so we've got something. So already we've got something that works towards counts, attack hits. Basically, we've got one that works towards combat skill. We've got one that works towards branch attacks. So we're kind of, you know, putting them in their own tiers on which card is good for what. Okay, moving along. We got, okay, let's see what this one is cooking up right now. Alright, let's see what we got. Release any attack can increase the damage of the next special move by 2% up to 20 layers. Release the special move will reset the layers. Release any attack and it will increase the damage of your next special move. Okay, when it says special move, does that mean ultimate? Because that's the translation that I'm getting here. Alright, I just had to take a minute and I'm just like, what is this trying to tell me? So what I'm getting at is we do attacks, we get a counter, each counter gives us 2%, we can get up to 20 layers, which means it will be a 40% increase on the special move. Once you drop the special move, the layers will be gone. So basically, yeah, you want to make sure all 20 layers are there. So essentially this is a alt nuke, a unit that is heavy on the ultimate side of things can benefit from that extra 40%, right? So that's what we're going to go with. Alright, so we've got something for alt then. We'll just kind of class it as that. Oh, okay, what we got going on here? Alright. After releasing a battlefield skill, the whole team will gain a buff effect that increases all damage by 8%, which lasts for 25 seconds and cannot be stacked. Okay. Okay. This is a support card. I kind of want this for my Byakuya. I'm not gonna lie. Because like I said, I don't have his stamp card, and if I can have more push for the team or for Ichigo to do more damage, I kind of like this. Okay, so we got a battlefield support card right there. Very nice for the whole team to get that extra 8%. All right, that has piqued my interest. That has definitely piqued my interest. All right, wait, Ichigo, what we got going on? King of the Mount. What is this? Increases the damage caused by other characters in the team with the same system. Wait, what? Oh, the same category as the wearer by 8% cannot be added. Oh, okay. So this is now we're going into mono teams. Ooh, okay. This is pretty much in a similar fashion, yeah, to this. But we're kind of getting rid of the 25%, although the wearer themselves won't get affected by this. So essentially, you're kind of this is more so for the support to kind of branch off for the sub support as well as the main DPS or the sub DPS. Sorry. Okay. So we've got something that affects the whole team, and then one team member is at a loss at 8%, whilst the other two get the 8%. Okay, that's not too bad. So okay, so that was pretty much all the stamp cards right there. Now we're going into the weapon cards. So these are, I think these are going to be generic universal by the looks of it. Let's have a look. What have we got going on here? What is this? Weapon attribute improvement, 35%. Okay, each time you inflict damage, your own slash damage is increased by 2%, lasting for 2 seconds, up to 10 layers. That's 20%, and the duration is increased with each new layer. Okay, so that's like a guaranteed 20% essentially. But just bear in mind with slash damage, or each time you inflict damage, your own slash damage goes up. Okay, yeah, that's kind of like a universal mid DPS weaponry card, I'd say. Nothing too crazy. What we've got going on with this one? During combat, every 5 seconds, the self-attack damage is increased by 5%. Okay. Oh, so in general, your own attack goes up by 5%. Okay. Up to 5 layers can be stacked. So that's 25. And each time you are hit, 1 layer of the effect will be okay, get out. Nope. No detection. I'm not trying to make my life a lot harder, so still 25% isn't too bad, but that detection, that deduct is just did I say detection? Deduct. Yeah, that's not. Because I get tagged from time to time. I don't want none of that BS on my end. Right, so what's this one? Increases your own. Wait, what? Increases your own sudden damage by 10% when hitting an enemy in a abnormal state. Increases the effect. Oh wait, what increases the effect? Wait, what? The increase effect increases to 200% and lasts for 12 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad, but yeah, they have to be in the abnormal state, so I guess if you break them, that's when you can benefit from the additional. So something to note if there's any breakage going on. Alright, moving on to the next one. What is this one? Increases your own spiritual damage by 10% and accumulates 1 layer of spirit concentration each time you attack. When spirit concentration reaches 10 layers, it will immediately cause 300% attack power of spiritual damage to surrounding enemies. It can only be triggered once every 20 seconds. Ooh, okay. I guess spiritual damage users will benefit from... Could Byakuya benefit from this? I feel like he could. Yeah, he will. He should. Okay. So we've got something for the spiritual users right there, not too shabby, or spiritual damage users, should I say. Alright, what is this one? So now we're going into set characters. After releasing a combat skill or special skill, the team will gain an 8% increase in all damage, which lasts for 25 seconds and cannot be stacked. I feel like if I want to really push for my support, there's like that and because yeah, I wouldn't mind giving them the extra 16%. Hell yeah. And then obviously pile on all the Harlow's buff. Hey, I might actually set that up. That is not a big shout. I might actually set that up. All right, Shinji, what you got going on for me? When the Rose attack hits... Rose attacks? Nani? Hold on a minute. Oh, when the attack hits the enemy's corresponding character resistance will be reduced by 8%, which lasts for 25 seconds and cannot be stacked. Okay, so they're basically... Okay, so we're just dropping resistance from an additional attack. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that's not too horrible. Okay, so pretty much with the weaponry side of it, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad of a generic DPS. This is also for 3 DPS, we do get 25%, but if you get hit, you get 1 layer of deduct, so that way you lose your damage, so just bear that in mind. This isn't too bad. Once the enemy is in that breakage state, then, or aka the abnormal state, then you can get the increase of the effect by 200%, so that'd be pretty nice. We've got something for the spiritual pressure users right there, so that's not too bad. And then obviously we've got something for supportive in terms of when using a combat skill or ultimate, you get the 8% on your, or you get your whole team gets an 8% buff on their damage. And of course with the Shinji card right here, of course this will drop the enemy's resistance, so that once again allowing us to do a little bit more damage. So the weapon cards aren't too bad. I would fall in line with hunting down these because I just want to support more. I want more so for my support. In terms of damage, I think it would honestly be this, or spiritual pressure users will be this. I'm not really too keen on these two. It's just personal preference. But that's kind of how the weaponry card of it is looking like. In terms of the stamp cards, I mean, it really comes down to what you're chasing. So once again, if you've got a user that is able to do a lot of hits, this is going to be solid. If you've got a user that has some good combat skill damage, then this is going to be solid. If you've got, honestly, this might be number 1 for Ichigo if I'm being real. This might be the Ichigo card because those additional damage for branch attacks, this is going to be disgusting. So if you've got a branch attack user, this is going to be solid. I forgot what you do. What do you do? I completely forgot. Ooh, oh no, ultimate, that's it, yeah. So we've got a card for the ultimate. This is for support, definitely. Oh, the last two are for support. It's just with this one, it affects the whole team. The wearer is not affected by the 8%, so that's the only difference. So that's kind of what we're working with in terms of what the battlefield is providing us with weapon cards and stamp cards that we can get at a 5-star rarity. So here it is. I just want to double check right now. I just need confirmation to say that if this is selective or if this is generated randomly. So we're going to find out right now. Just again, it's for science. We gotta know. Yes. Okay. Cool. Whew. My heart was pounding there. I'm like, please don't be random. So we can select the one that we want to go after. Thank God. I was gonna say if it was just randomly generated on which one we get, that's something that, you know, I've got to kind of tell the devs, look, upon release, let's make it so that we can select it. So confirmation, yes, we can select it. So this is pretty solid. So you guys can choose on what character that you're focusing on, and then just go off from which will be best for them. So obviously for myself, I would prefer more so on supportive card. So for me primarily, I'm going to be targeting one of these. I'm probably going to go for this, to be honest. All right, and so I've placed the card onto Byakuya right now, and he did get an increase, which is fantastic. So just got to level it up and just kind of, yeah, push him for more. But there we go. So yeah, in terms of trying to get a character's complete kit, again, I think Tozen doesn't have his kit completed, so I can actually, if I want to, I can throw that on him too. So like I said, in a universal state with, you know, because again, there's a lot that goes into each character. You're not going to be able to focus on everyone and get everyone completed and whatnot. So for a card like this to already be really supportive for 2 of the characters that I don't have kitted out, that's a W. So once this card is kitted out, leveled up and whatnot, I can use this as like a back and forth. And this will also, once again, provide a good amount of boosting for them damage-wise.